Am I the a-hole for not helping my parents with my estranged sister's kids? I, 29F, have been estranged from my sister Elizabeth, 32F, for the last 8 years. Back when I was 21, I was engaged to my ex, Frankie, 30M, and I had just found out I was pregnant. I told Elizabeth because she was my big sister and we were there for each other. It had been a huge shock to me because I got pregnant while on birth control. Elizabeth acted slightly off when I told her, and at the time I thought she was disappointed in me getting pregnant before finishing college. Days after I told her I was pregnant, she told me she and Frankie had been together behind my back for 3 years of my 5-year relationship with him. Not only were they going behind my back like that, but he had proposed to her and given her a family ring. She told me she wanted me to get an abortion and leave them to be together. I miscarried around the time everything was coming out. I ended the engagement and Frankie moved in with Elizabeth. I did not speak to either of them again. My parents were torn between both of us. My grandma, who lives with my parents, is the only one that had been firmly on my side. They said what Elizabeth had done was awful, but she was still a good person. We all knew the kindness she had inside of her and how she had been a good big sister until she wasn't. They respected that I did not want anything to do with Elizabeth and they did not try to change my mind. 8 years later and I'm happily married now and expecting a baby with my husband Gray. Elizabeth and Frankie did get married after and they have children together. My parents have grown very concerned over Elizabeth as a mother. Grandma said she's very shallow and treats her kids like their accessories and cares little for them or their well-being. She just wants them to look good and wear the cute things she picks out. Grandma rolled her eyes telling me all this. My parents are trying to intervene and protect Elizabeth's kids. They have mentioned it to me twice. The last time, I got some vibes from them that they might ask me to intervene as well. I decided to get ahead of their ask by telling them I am not going to get involved in helping them with Elizabeth's kids. I said it felt like they were on the verge of asking and I wanted to save them the effort. My parents were stunned and questioned why I wouldn't want to get to know my nieces. I said we might be blood related, but that was as far as it would go, given what their parents had done to me. I also told my parents I had no obligation to expose myself to Elizabeth again, and that it didn't surprise me too much that someone who would betray their own sister that way and ask her to get a termination of pregnancy so her own relationship with my ex would be easier, would be a crappy mom to her kids and would see them as accessories. My parents said my attitude is too cold, and since I have moved on and found happiness, I should find love for my nieces. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to associate with them? Here are the top comments.
Nobody wants to believe their kids are horrible human beings. I really feel for your parents, but where was this support for you when sis blew up your life? The "she's not a bad person, she does bad things" argument is ridiculous.
I have always been of the opinion that blood means little compared to how people treat you. Not the a-hole.
Not the a-hole. Your parents are lucky that they still have a relationship with you.